Hello students, I again welcome you in the lecture series of Science and Technology part 2nd. In previous lecture, we have started chapter number 2nd, Life Processes in Living Organism part 1st. In this chapter, we have seen some points, living organism and life processes. In living organism and life processes, we have seen the various organ systems like the respiratory, circulatory, excretory, control system, these different systems and different external and internal organs which are performing the functions and independently each other but throughout the complete coordination, and overall these systems in an action more or less same way in all organism, and these life processes are necessary for the energy production. In a second, a living organism and energy production. In this living organism and energy production, the living how this energy production, carbohydrates of the food that we consume every day and mainly utilize for the productions of the energy required daily need by the 3 steps. First one is the glycolysis, second one is the tricarboxylic acid cycle, and third one is the electron transfer chain reaction. By these 3 steps we have seen the living organism and energy production. Also, by the some nutrients and energy efficiency, some nutrients which are essential for our body, these nutrients also seen, and also energy efficiency, that means ATP, energy currency. And lastly, we have seen the cell division as a life processes. In that cell division, life processes, mitosis and meiosis. This point we are going to continue today, like cell division and life processes, mitosis and meiosis. Living organism and energy production by the respiratory system. How this by the respiratory system, how cellular respiration occurs by the 2 steps. Which 2 steps we have seen? Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, 3 steps we have seen: glycolysis, second one tricarboxylic acid cycle, third one is the electron transfer chain reaction. By these 3 steps we have seen the cellular respiration, ATP, energy currency. In a adenine triphosphate, that means ATP, how it is converted into the ADP, how breakdown of phosphate molecule from the ATP, and then it will be converted into the ADP. The process of energy production through the aerobic respiration of carbohydrate, proteins and fats. Also we have seen anaerobic respiration in living organism. In that, how this energy production, how this living organism energy production is there. In energy production of microorganism through the anaerobic respiration, how this anaerobic respiration occurs in the microorganisms, and energy from the different food components, these amino acids which are present into our body, into our body. This also we have seen protein and different amino acids. So now today we are going to continue with the point cell division, which is an essential life process. We have seen the main 2 types of cell divisions are there. First one is the mitosis and second one is the meiosis. In a mitosis, somatic cells and stem cells divided by the mitosis, and it is completed in through the main 2 steps. Which 2 steps are there? Karyokinesis, and second one is the cytokinosis. In a karyokinesis, 4 steps are there. Which are 4 steps are there? First one is the prophase, second one is the metaphase, third one is the anaphase, and fourth one is the telophase. By these four processes we have seen the mitosis: prophase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and lastly telophase. By the inner telophase, two daughter cells are formed. We have seen by the mitosis. How this, and this mitosis is also occurs in which this mitosis is occurs into the somatic cells, and stem cells divided by the mitosis, and they are completed by the main two steps, and those steps are karyokinosis and cytokinosis. Out of that, this one is the karyokinosis. In that karyokinosis, main four steps are there: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. By this karyokinosis is completed, and after this cytokinosis, in this notch will be formed, and the cytoplasm divided by the cytokinosis, and two new cells are formed, which will be formed into two different daughter cells. This is occurs in the mitosis. Now see meiosis. What is mean by the meiosis? Meiosis occurs into the germ cells. What is mean by the germ cells? The germ cells, except than the somatic cells, which cells are present in our body, these are called as a germ cells. That means in a reproductive organ, which cells are present, these are called as a germ cells. And this meiosis is completed through main two steps. This meiosis is completed by the two steps. Those two steps are meiosis first and meiosis second. In meiosis first, recombination or crossing over occurring between the homologous chromosomes. What is meant by the homologous chromosomes? Homologous, that means from male parent one chromosome, number one chromosome, and from the female parent again one number chromosome. These chromosomes are called as homologous chromosomes, and these chromosomes are in that crossing over between those homologous chromosomes, and those homologous chromosomes, that means non-sister chromatids, are divided into two groups, and thus this will be formed the haploid cell. By this meiosis, haploid germ cells will be formed. Haploid cells, that means N, only single N number chromosomes are there. These are called as a haploid. And in a meiosis second, this meiosis second, just like a mitosis. That means in a mitosis we have seen prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Like this, in a meiosis second also prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second and telophase second. Those stages occurs in meiosis second, just like a mitosis, and in this stage two haploid daughter cells are formed. How many daughter cells will be formed? Two daughter cells will be formed in a meiosis first. Two daughter cells, like a mitosis, is formed in a meiosis first, and it is again undergo the division in a separations of the recombination of sister chromatids, and four daughter haploid nucleus are formed. In a mitosis, two daughter nucleus will be formed, and in meiosis four daughter nucleus, haploid, again haploid nucleus will be formed. That means four daughter cells which are occurs first, second, third and fourth. These are the four daughter cells. In a meiosis part first, two daughter cells, like a mitosis, will be formed in a telophase first, and in a meiosis second, four daughter cells are formed. This is the major difference. This is the major difference between the meiosis first and meiosis second. In a meiosis, this meiosis is completed in a two steps, which are then first meiosis part first and meiosis part second. And major difference between the in a meiosis part first, prophase first, metaphase first anaphase first and telophase first. In this telophase first, 2 daughter cells will be formed, and in a meiosis second, prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second and telophase second. And in majorly in a telophase second, 4 haploid daughter cells will be formed. How many haploid cell daughters will be formed? 4 haploid daughter cells will be formed. By this, mitosis and meiosis will be occurs, and this mitosis and meiosis, which is essential for the living organism and their generation. That means the process of gamete formation and spore formation, which is occurs in a which is essential for the any living organism, is occur by the meiosis. And in this type of cell division, 4 haploid daughter cells are formed from one chromosome, and thereby the genetic recombination occurs, and due to this all 4 daughter cells are genetically different from the parent cell and form to each other also they are different. That means which 4 daughter cells are forming in a meiosis second, these are different from their parents and also different from each other. Now some questions are given there. First question, what do you mean by the diploid? That means 2n cell. Diploid cells, 2n cells, 2n. That means the cells in which chromosome number is double. Chromosome number is double. These are called as a diploid cells. Male and female gametes unites together. Male gametes and female gametes unites together in the process of fertilization. Their chromosomes mix together in the zygote, and therefore the chromosome number always the diploid. That's why that means one chromosome from the parent cell, from the male parent, and second one chromosomes from the female parents. Then diploid chromosome after in the fertilization, this diploid chromosome number will be formed. This diploid chromosome number in a human being is a 46. Generally we are saying like that 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. That means 23 pairs are there. That means 46 chromosomes are there. Second question, what do you mean by the haploid cell? The cells with only one set of chromosomes. The cells only with one set of chromosomes are known as a haploid cell. At the time of sexual reproduction, there is in a meiosis, chromosome number of a parent germ cell reduced half. In a meiosis, just we have seen, in a meiosis, chromosome parent number is by the meiosis parent germ cells will be half, and therefore gametes are the haploid. And the haploid chromosomes, that means single N in a human being will be being a 23, and sperms and ovum are haploid carrying 23 chromosomes each. Sperms which are present into the male gametes and ovum are present into the female. These are haploid and carrying 23 chromosomes each. Now next question, what do you mean by the homologous chromosomes? Every species that having a definite number of chromosome pair and their diploid cells. In every pair, 2 chromosomes are alike. In every pair, 2 chromosomes are alike in their shape, type of genes located over them, and such chromosomes are called as a homologous chromosome. For example, pair of chromosome number 1 and shows chromosome number 1 from the mother parent, and again by the father parent again number 1, then those chromosomes are homologous chromosome. That means 23 chromosomes are there. Out of that, first pair, first from the mother and first from the father, these are called as a homologous chromosome. Next question, whether the gametes are diploid or the haploid. Why? The cells that gives rise to the gametes are diploid. The cells which are gives rise to these gametes are the diploid, but by the meiosis they are reduced half and rise gives to which are a haploid, and two haploid gametes undergoes the fertilization. Two haploid gametes are undergoes the fertilization and gametes forms becomes once again a diploid to N. How are the haploid cells are formed? Diploid cells are undergoes meiosis and which reduction the division, and in this way haploid cells are formed. And last question is, what is the importance of this haploid cell? What is the main importance of this haploid cell? For the fertilization, these haploid chromosomes are necessary. That means the gametes which are taking part in the sexual reproduction, these should be haploid. Then and then only this will be diploid. Otherwise, the chromosomes, that number will be maintained, these chromosomes numbers will not be maintained a consistency. Parents having 2n number, that means 46 chromosomes in each thereof cell, if a meiosis does not takes place, that means reduction is not takes place by the meiosis, then these chromosomes numbers as it is 46. Then 46 plus 46 will be 92, and in such a this will be critical large cases of abnormalities will be formed. Due to this, by the meiosis this will be half, and but by the meiosis these gametes will be formed and haploid, and thus chromosome number maintained constantly for every species, and gametes are haploid, then and then only if gametes are haploid, then and then only fertilization will be possible and new species will be formed. That means by the mitosis and meiosis, by these processes next generation will be formed. In this chapter we have seen aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, how this anaerobic and aerobic respiration, how this energy production by this respiration is there, ATP as a energy currency. After this we have seen major point of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. You have to complete the assignment which will be given after this video lecture. This you should complete, and after this you have to send it on my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you.